Hello students, today we are going to look at Act 2 Scene 7, Merchant of Venice. This scene takes place in Portia's house where Prince of Morocco has come to choose her casket, and there are inscriptions written on gold, silver and lead casket according to which he presents his views, and then ultimately he chooses the golden casket. What did he find in the casket, and what was the scroll which was written along with that figure that he found in that casket, that ultimately he had to leave Belmont. So let's see at this scene. Enter Portia with Morocco and both their trains. That means Morocco and Portia both are entering into the room where the caskets are kept. Morocco is followed by his people who follow him, and along with Portia also her servants are there. Portia, go draw aside the curtains and discover the several caskets. To this noble prince now make your choice. Then she orders one of her servants that draw the curtains apart so that this prince who has come can make the choice of his caskets. And then she says, now prince, you can make your choice. Morocco, the first of gold, who is the inscription bears, who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. The second silver, which their promise carries, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. This third dull lead, with warning all as blunt, who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. How shall I know if I do choose the right? So Morocco, he goes and reads the inscriptions on each casket. So he reads the inscription on the gold casket where it was written, who chooseth me shall get what many men desire. In the silver casket, the inscription was, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. And in the third, the lead casket, he reads that, who chooseth me shall give and hazard all he hath. Now after reading these inscriptions, he thinks, and then he asks Portia, how do I know that I am making the right choice? Portia, the one of them contains my picture, prince. If you choose that, then I am yours withal. Portia says, in one of these caskets there is a portrait of mine. If you find that portrait, then I'll be your wife. Morocco, some God direct my judgment. Let me see. I will survey the inscription back again. What says this leaden casket? Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. Must give for what? For lead, hazard for lead. This casket threatens. Men that hazard all do it in hope of fair advantages. A golden mind stoops not to shows of dross. So Morocco says that may God help me to choose the right casket and give me the power of right judgment. Let me see what is the inscription again written on the lead casket. Again he reads the inscription. It was that, who chooseth me shall give and hazard all he hath. So he says, for what thing should I hazard? For this lead casket, a dull metal. And he says that it seems as if this casket is threatening. The men who have golden mind, they never stoop or they never bend for such low things. And the men who try to risk all their everything, who try to risk everything, they do it in exchange of getting the advantage of it. They want some benefit for giving all they have. So he says that therefore I am prepared not to take a risk of the lead. I'll then nor give not hazard aught for lead. What says the silver with a virgin hue? Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves, as much as he deserves. Pause there, Morocco, and weigh thy value with an even hand. If you best rate it by estimation, thou dost deserve enough, and yet enough may not extend so far as to the lady. And yet to be afeard of my deserving were but a weak disabling of myself. As much as I deserve, why that's the lady, I do in birth deserve her, and in fortunes, in graces, and in qualities of breedings, but more than these, in love I do deserve. What I strayed no farther, but choose here. So then he reads the inscription of the silver casket, that who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. So he says, if I wait here for a moment and think about it, I do deserve Portia. And if I try to be afraid of such a thing that I do not deserve Portia, it means I am trying to undervalue my worth. But I deserve her both in birth, because I'm belong to a royal family as Portia belongs. Then I have that much fortunes and wealth, so I deserve her in all aspects. And in qualities of breeding also, I've been brought up in a royal way, so that is why I deserve her. But more than all these things, the one thing that I deserve her is so much that I love her. Because I love her, so I do deserve her. So, what if I go no further and choose this casket? Let's see once more this saying engraved in gold: Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. Why, that's a lady, all the world desires her. From the four corners of the earth they come to kiss this shrine, this mortal breathing saint. The Hyrcanian deserts and the vasty wilds of wide Arabia are as thoroughfares now for princes to come view fair Portia. Then he says, okay, let me just see the inscription of the gold casket also. Again, he reads the inscription that who chooseth me shall get what many men desire. So he says, yes, uh, it is true that every man is ready to marry Portia, and so she is a lady whom the entire world desires to have her as a wife, because all the people from all the four corners of the world are coming in order to woo Portia, and they come as if they are trying to pay homage or pay tribute to this breathing saint, that is Portia, who is there as as a mortal saint sitting in Belmont, and this holy shrine is actually Belmont where she is placed. Then he says that all of them are passing the Hyrcanian deserts and the Arabian deserts and the vast wild shores as if they are crossing the normal roads. The thoroughfares means the main roads. For them, these deserts are you can say, no concern of trouble for them. They are passing, they are trying to take every risk in order to woo Portia. The watery kingdom, whose ambitious head spits in the face of heaven, is no bar to stop the foreign spirits, but they come as over a brook to see fair Portia. Even the waves of the sea, which are trying to move higher and they throw the water into the face of the heaven or the sky, seems no trouble for these suitors. They are coming as if they are just passing the normal streams of water in order to pay the visit to Belmont. One of these three contains a heavenly picture. Is it like that lead contains? It were damnation to think so base a thought. It were too gross to rip her cerecloth in the obscure grave. Or shall I think the silver she is immured, being 10 times undervalued to tried gold? Now he says that now I have to think in which of these three caskets is present the beautiful picture of the beautiful portrait of Portia. Then he says, if I think that Portia's portrait is in the lead casket, this would be a heinous sin. It would be a damn thought for me to think that lead contains the portrait of Portia, because lead is not so worthy as to contain even the coffin cloth of her in the dark grave. So, for me, lead is not worthy enough to have the portrait of Portia. Then he says that should I think that silver contains the portrait of Portia, but silver is 1/10 the value of gold. So this would also be a sin for me to think that that Portia's portrait is present in silver. Then was set in verse and gold. They have in England a coin that bears a figure of an angel stamped in gold, but that's insculped upon. But here an angel in a golden bed lies within. Deliver me the key, here do I choose and thrive I as I may. Now it says in England they have a gold coin on which the uh, figure of an angel is engraved. Similarly, that is an angel, you can say a portrait of an angel, but here the living angel, Portia's portrait, may be, and it is for me a certain thing that her portrait must be lying in gold casket. So he makes a final decision that give me the key, I'll open this golden casket. Portia, there, take it, prince, and if I lie here, then I'm yours. Portia says, here is the key, and if my portrait lies in this casket, then I'll be yours. Morocco, oh hell, what have we here? A carrion death, within whose empty eye there is a written scroll. I'll read the writing. All that glitters is not gold, often you have heard that told. Many a man his life hath sold, but my outside to behold. Gilded tombs do worms enfold. Had you been as wise bold, young in limbs and judgment old, your answer had not been scrolled. Fare you well, your suit is cold. Now, when Morocco opens the casket, he is dumbfounded because in that he finds the skull, a dead skull, with a scroll in one of its sockets. Then he says, oh hell, what have I found here? Then he reads the inscription which is present in the scroll, and that in that first line is written, all that glitters is not gold. That means all that shines is not necessarily gold. So here he says that many men have sold their lives in order to buy the outward appearances. They only run after the outer beauty of anything. They do not try to see the inside of it. Similarly, there are beautiful tombs which are having a covering of gold on it, but inside, when looked into it, they have worms inside it. So, if you had been as wise as you are courageous in your limbs, then you would have made a wise decision, but you are not as wise as you are brave. So, your answer has not been fruitful. So it's better that you leave this place because your suit has been turned out to be cold. So your request for marriage with Portia has come to nothing. That is, it is fruitless. So you should bid goodbye to your passion and leave Belmont immediately, because as per the oaths that were taken by the suitors, if you fail to choose a right casket, you will have to leave Belmont immediately. So then he says to Portia that adieu means goodbye, Portia. I have to leave Belmont, although my heart is full of grief, but there is not enough time in order to tell you all the grief that I am suffering through. So I'll have to leave it. And here the lovers are separated from each other because he loves Portia very much. Then he exits. Portia is quite happy. She says, a gentle riddance, draw the curtains, go. Let all of his complexion choose me so. She is very happy. She says that I wish that all other suitors have the same type of mind as Morocco has, and they make a wrong decision, so that I am safe from all such unworthy suitors. So it will be good if other people also who have a dark complexion as him, they fail to choose the right casket. And then she also exits, and here the scene ends. So hope you have understood this scene, and if you have understood it, press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.